Arjun was walking home from school one sunny afternoon, humming his favorite tune, when he saw an elderly woman struggling with heavy bags of groceries. Without hesitation, he ran over to her. "Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like some help with those bags?" Arjun asked politely. The elderly woman, surprised by his offer, smiled warmly. "Oh, thank you, young man. That would be very kind of you." Arjun took the bags from her, and they walked together toward her home. Along the way, they chatted about various things. Arjun learned that her name was Mrs. Desai, and she had been a teacher for many years before retiring. When they reached her home, Mrs. Desai invited Arjun inside for a drink of water. He accepted, and as he sat in her cozy living room, he noticed the walls lined with books and framed certificates. "Wow, you must have been an amazing teacher," Arjun said, admiring the collection. Mrs. Desai chuckled. "I did my best. Teaching has always been my passion." They talked for a while longer, and Mrs. Desai discovered that Arjun was struggling with his math studies. She immediately offered to help him. "Why don't you come over after school tomorrow? I'd be happy to tutor you," she said. Arjun's face lit up. "Really? That would be amazing. Thank you so much, Mrs. Desai." The next day, and many days thereafter, Arjun visited Mrs. Desai after school. She patiently explained the math concepts he found difficult, using creative methods that made learning enjoyable. Slowly but surely, Arjun's grades began to improve. One afternoon, as they wrapped up their session, Arjun looked at Mrs. Desai and said, "I don't know how to thank you. You've helped me so much." Mrs. Desai smiled gently. "You don't need to thank me, Arjun. You showed kindness to me when I needed it. This is my way of repaying that kindness." As the weeks turned into months, their bond grew stronger. Arjun not only excelled in math, but also found a mentor and friend in Mrs. Desai. She taught him more than just academics. She taught him about the importance of kindness, patience, and the joy of helping others. One day, Arjun saw a classmate, Ramesh, struggling with his own schoolwork. Remembering Mrs. Desai's lessons, Arjun offered to help him, passing on the kindness he had received. Years later, Arjun graduated with top honors and went on to achieve great success. He never forgot the lesson Mrs. Desai taught him. He continued to help others, spreading kindness wherever he went, creating a ripple effect that touched many lives.